Big ass, how I get that
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. What's goody, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl, TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in this daggone break room, y'all. Oh, boy. All right, y'all see the title, okay? We don't have a thumbnail because I was trying to hurry up and get it real quick, y'all, before I change my daggone mind. Okay? I said, let me get on here real quick. All right. So yesterday, y'all, it went down on the internet streets over here in this small nick of a community that we call the mommy community, honey. Now, y'all know one of our favorites, oh, my Jazzy life over there, okay? She got rough and tough with her Afro puffs yesterday on the internet. So let me tell y'all, and shouts out to everybody that like came in the DMs yesterday and was telling me about it. I appreciate y'all keeping me up on tea, okay? So in our chat, we have a sis of the chat that comes in a lot. Her name is West Coast Suma. And as of yesterday, I didn't even know West Coast Suma had a channel. Shouts out to West Coast Suma. So West Coast Suma did an interview on her channel with Medusa. Okay. Y'all remember Medusa Gotti, Chris's baby mother, the one that's from California. We got introduced to her a couple years ago. Okay. We got introduced to her a few years ago. And she came to the internet to tell her story about her and Chris and the dynamics between Chris, her, Medusa, and their child, Paris, which Medusa and Chris have one child together. Okay. And then we know from Jasmine, because how do we all meet Chris? We're going to do a little history lesson, okay? How did we all meet Chris, y'all? We met Chris through Jasmine, right? We know through meeting Chris through Jasmine that Chris had two baby mothers, okay? He has Medusa, who has his daughter, and then he has two other children, two twin boys by a girl named LaKenya, which is his first baby mother, okay? So Suma yesterday interviewed Medusa, okay? And I had the pleasure of listening to some of the Q&A. It was a part 1 and a part 2. Well, in the part 2 of the Q&A, which started yesterday, Legend's Auntie, which is Chris's sister, we got introduced to her about a year or so ago, right? She came into the chat and was clearing up some misconceptions, okay? And Jasmine got wind of the interview. And then Jasmine went live last night to basically confront the clout chasers. Because, you know, Jasmine feels like anytime you put her name in the title, you talk about her, you chasing clout, okay? And in the midst of Jasmine being live, that live is no longer up. Jasmine ended up taking that live down. And in the midst of Jasmine doing that live, Sierra calls Jasmine. And Jasmine put the phone on mute for some of the conversation where she was talking to Sierra. You can tell by Jasmine's mouth moving, it was a lot of bros and other, the other words that Jasmine used that I feel like at times is not so ladylike, but anyway. And then in part ways of the conversation, Jasmine took it off of mute so we could hear some of what was going on, okay? She put it on members only. I wish I would have known that before I went live. Well, maybe we'll take a look at it tomorrow, okay? So, y'all get ready to get my unpopular opinion, okay? Oh, Pine got the line? Okay. Maybe I'll skedaddle over there to Pine and grab it. Shouts out to Pineapple. She's one of my mods. Shouts out to Suma for basically conducting the interview. But y'all gonna get my unpopular opinion. Me personally, and again, y'all, this is my personal feeling. Everybody's gonna have their own as well, too. I don't understand why we keep hearing from Medusa. I don't understand why she keeps surfacing. I understood Medusa coming about in the beginning because Jasmine basically unearthed Medusa, right? And Medusa ended up coming to the internet, telling her story about the conception of her and Chris. Let's be honest, it wasn't really, because they weren't together that long, right? She met Chris in California when he was down there in Central California playing ball. Sounds like he didn't have housing because soon after she met, he moved in with her. Because if you went down there on a basketball scholarship, how you end up living with Medusa? Why aren't you living on campus? But anyway. And then soon after they met, a few months of them living together, he convinces Medusa to relocate to Austin, Texas. Medusa tells the story that soon after they got, she was working at a Nike. She transferred her job to Nike. She had an old Volkswagen, a little small Volkswagen. She sold that, bought a bigger car. They moved to Austin. About the day they got to Austin, because they drove from California to Texas, the day they got to Austin is the day Chris lost his mother. And when Medusa told the story originally, I don't remember if she said that part, but she wasn't in Austin that much longer. She ended up finding out she was pregnant about 2 months after she got to Austin. And then she ended up going back to California, and that's where she birthed Paris, their daughter. And pretty much after that, their relationship was kind of, it was no longer, because Chris didn't run back to California and help Medusa raise Paris. He pretty much stayed in Texas. And it sounds like he kind of bounced all over Texas. And Medusa told us that how she would keep up with Chris, and she wasn't really keeping up with him in the beginning, but somewhere in the years, she decided to reach out to LaKenya, which is Chris's oldest children, baby mother. And that's pretty much how she kept up with Chris, right? Whenever she wanted to get a little tea on him or whatever that is. And that's pretty much it, y'all. If you really want to know the truth, In my opinion, hell, Jasmine had more of a relationship, or let me say this, more of a rapport with Chris than Medusa did, right? And Chris was pretty dormant in their child's life. Medusa and Chris's child's life, her little girl named Paris. He was pretty dormant through the whole. I think the little girl's like 12 when we were introduced to. When we got introduced to Medusa and Paris, I think the little girl was like 10. And, you know, for whatever reason, I'm just going to assume Medusa was okay with that relationship because she didn't really press the issue like child support or, I mean, she can't necessarily press visitations because he has to do that willingly. And obviously he didn't. And that was pretty much it. Yeah, that's true too, real. That's true. That's true. But here's my thing, right, Chiquita? In my opinion, y'all, because hell, I'm a baby mama too. Okay. In my opinion, I don't feel like her beef should be with Jasmine, especially now. Now, current, right now, today, current. I don't feel like her beef needs to be with Jasmine. Her beef needs to be with Chris. Chris is the reason that Medusa even has any type of animosity towards Jasmine. Because if I could talk to Medusa, and I'm not trying to, but I'm just saying, if I could talk to Medusa, I would say, this is 2024. This is November of 2024. I would love to ask Medusa, how many times in the last 11 months has Chris physically talked to Paris on the phone? Has he talked to her twice a month, 3 times a month, every week, 2 times this year? How many times has he physically picked up the phone and talked to his daughter? If that answer is not twice a week for the last 11 months, my animosity would be geared towards him, not some chick he laid up with and had a baby with. I'm just saying. To me, it's wasted energy. That's just my opinion. So, and she has, you know, I understand that Jasmine has said things. Medusa has said things too. I really feel like they kind of even Steven at this point because Jasmine has popped her ish about Medusa. Medusa has popped her ish about Jasmine. But if y'all notice, where is Chris? Does anybody notice that Chris is nowhere to be found? Yeah, where is he at? He's nowhere to be found. So I don't know. I just really feel like that's wasted energy to be sticking it to that man who birthed a child with you, who sounds like he's not a real good father figure. Hell, it sounds like he ain't ish to little Legend over there. So he getting Paris and Legend getting the same treatment. I don't know what the twins, LaKenya's 2 boys, I don't know what type of treatment they get, but it definitely sounds like Paris and Legend getting equal treatment. Because it sounds like he's just as absent to Paris as he is Legend. Just my opinion. And I've always felt that way when it came to Medusa. It's like, okay, sis, we heard you. You told your story. Okay, we got it. We get it. But Medusa, and I don't know if you guys know this, a lot of you guys probably missed this. It's been about almost 2 years ago. Y'all know Medusa has 3 children. She just had a baby maybe about a year ago. I don't know. I don't really keep up with her like that. But I know she had the baby probably within, I don't know, maybe a year ago. Okay. She had the baby and she has 2 kids. She has 2 children by a guy that lives somewhere in Texas, like past Houston, somewhere at the bottom of Texas. And they call him Baby Trill. Okay. Spilling tea on Medusa. And he was mad because Medusa left him. She left him in Texas and ran back to California where she could be around her family. She could be I don't know what Baby Trill is doing for her now. Okay. I have no idea. But, again, if he's not doing what he's supposed to do as a man should for his child or children, since you got a whole different batter of food to cook than what Jasmine got going on over there. Just my opinion. But Chris told Jasmine he didn't want to have no children, but then again didn't use protection. Okay, but sis, that's just a man. Like, although Chris didn't use protection, Jasmine could have used it too. So, and this is not me trying to drag Medusa, but y'all, I've been watching this stuff go on for years, right? I just didn't tune in yesterday. I've been watching it for years. So, me personally, I don't understand what the ongoing hatred is or antagonizing that Medusa is doing to Jasmine, unless Jasmine is behind the scenes taunting her. But let's be honest, why would Jasmine taunt Medusa? It's not like Chris is over there with Medusa. He's not even with Medusa. Chris apparently has no relationship with Medusa or her child. So it's not like Jasmine over there antagonizing her because Medusa won Chris. So I'm just going to assume Jasmine ain't paying no attention to Medusa currently. So and even if Jasmine did drag Medusa drug her back. Like, I feel like at this point, they're even Steven. And let's move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's move on, honey. Like, let's change the story over here. But I blame Jasmine for all of this because Jasmine is the one that keeps introducing all these cast of characters to her channel when we don't even need to know half these people. We should have never known anything about Medusa. Because let's be honest. Meeting Chris, we didn't need to know who his baby mothers are unless they were featured on Jasmine's channel. We didn't need to know anything about Chris and who he procreated with prior to Jasmine. We didn't need to know any of that. But because Jasmine has a big ass mouth and she loves to make people think, because, you know, she loves to make the internet think, you guys think you know so much. Yeah, I do have a relationship with Chris's other children. And then now all of a sudden here the baby mama's getting unearthed. Again, I blame her for that. Because you don't need to prove nothing to the internet, in my opinion. So then let me backtrack the story back some more. So in part 2 of Suma's live, again, shout out to Suma because she did her thing, right? She gave the girls the entertainment. Chris's sister, her name is Sierra, surface. Okay. Now we heard about Sierra. Maybe that was last year. We heard about Sierra. We didn't know her name, but now we do. Well, apparently Sierra needed to come clear the air about Chris and their family dynamic. Now, what we also found out, thank you, Too Real. What we also found out is that y'all remember when Jasmine told us she knew Chris from back in the day because Philip used to play ball with Chris. Well, let me say this. She said Philip and Chris played ball at the same rec centers. That's the lie Jasmine told us. Well, Sierra, Legend's auntie, Chris's sister, confirmed that that was a lie.
how Chris is familiar with Philip is because Chris used to date Philip's sister. Now, I didn't get a confirmation if that was Philip's twin sister or another sister, but Chris used to date Philip's sister. So that's how Jasmine was familiar who Chris was. So she was right. She did know him from back in the day. That's because he used to, creeping in the next room with Philip's sister. Hold on, y'all. I said, Jasmine, what type of Jerry Springer Love and Hip Hop of Austin-ish you got going on over there, ma'am? Now, granted, Chris dating Philip's sister back in the day, I mean, let's be honest, Jasmine's not related to Philip, so it ain't like Jasmine slept with her cousin's man, like her cousin had him first, and because Philip's sister is related to her kids. Philip's sister is not related to Jasmine. But I don't know, sis. Is the shortage of men that small in Austin, a black man that girl, all right? But my thing with Sierra, the auntie, once again, Chris is the glue to all these pieces of this puzzle. If it wasn't for Chris, there would be no legend. If it wasn't for Chris, we wouldn't know anything about Medusa. If it wasn't for Chris, we wouldn't know anything about LaKenya. And so Chris is the glue to all of this. I don't understand what the animosity is for Sierra and Jasmine. Because it sounds like the reason why there was initial animosity is because Chris and Sierra got into it. And instead of Jasmine staying out of it and let Chris handle his sister the way he needs to handle her, Jasmine chose to take on the same energy as Chris. So if Chris mad at the sister, now Jasmine taking on that energy. If they were arguing back and forth, Jasmine, once again, like we've always said, Jasmine, they ain't got shit to do with you, sis. That's a brother and a sister. Stay out of it. And the reason why is because now you're not even with Chris, sis. So now you have apparently caused some animosity with Legend's auntie. And it sounds like now you really need some type of lifeline to that family because Chris is not delivering that lifeline. Apparently, from what Sierra said, Chris was embarrassed of Jasmine, didn't bring her around the family, didn't bring, obviously, little Legend around the family. And Sierra, from what I heard, I guess she wants some type of relationship with Legend, but in my opinion, sis, how do you have that relationship? I'm saying, Sierra, how do you get a relationship with Legend when you ain't already beefing with the daddy, which is your brother, and then now you apparently beefing with the mama, which is Jasmine? So which one is more important? Are you trying to get a relationship with your nephew, or just pouncing from platform to platform, giving interviews? Like, I don't know. Okay. Baby, I done seen some strange things since I've been on this internet. Okay. I'm just saying. But I don't know, y'all. Like I said, the conversation I don't know. I do feel bad for Legend, but again, y'all, you got to blame Chris. Chris created this snowstorm around the baby mothers, Legend. siblings. Let's be honest, y'all. Legend has siblings. He has 3 siblings. He has the twins, the boy twins, and he has little Paris. Chris created this snowstorm, and what Jasmine should have done was uncreated the snowstorm. But see, Jasmine thought her and Chris was going to be together forever, ever, forever, ever. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, nobody cares about Chris. Yeah, that's my whole point, Jay Wood. Jay Wood says, read the comment, T-Mark, because you're missing it. This is not about Chris. No cares about him. This is about all the stuff Jasmine started. But Jay Wood, this is about Chris. Because if it wasn't for him, this wouldn't even be a conversation. Jasmine would have no link to Medusa, Sierra, LaKenya, or anybody else. So yeah, it definitely is about Chris. Chris is the root because he got intercepted into this situation. It definitely is about Chris. Yes, sis. Yeah, it definitely is about Chris. How could it not be about him? He is the reason that these women are familiar with each other. He is the reason that these children are siblings and are very estranged. Well, let me say this. Paris and the twins are not estranged, but Legend is estranged to Paris and the twins. So yes, this definitely is about Chris. Yeah, I don't see how y'all think it's not. Yes, she should have stayed in her place. She definitely should have. I'm not saying that I just said that. I just said, now y'all not listening to me. I just said that we've always told Jasmine, sis, stay out of it. I just said when Chris and Sierra were beefing, Jasmine should have just pulled back and let her brother and her sister have their argument, and she should have stayed very neutral. Because you agreeing with Chris just because that was your ninja at the time, now he not your ninja, and now you're estranged from everybody. Jasmine definitely is the problem. I'm not minimizing that, but what I'm going to say, let me go back. I can understand Sierra having more of an issue. I don't understand the issue with Medusa. I really don't, y'all. Because whatever Jasmine would have said to Medusa about her, it should be over with now. That should be water under the bridge, in my opinion. I mean, if y'all look at it, there's one person we have not heard from, and that's LaKenya. And you know why we don't hear from LaKenya? Because, honey, LaKenya, a grown-ass woman, working, taking care of her family, probably got a whole man over there and minding her damn business. Okay? Hell, Jasmine was babysitting LaKenya's dog. Well, Jasmine and Chris was babysitting LaKenya's dog while she was in Mexico, soaking up the sun. Okay? So, I don't know, y'all. Like I said, I personally feel like whatever indiscretions Jasmine and Sierra have, they need to go ahead and squash that for the sake of Legend. Because Legend deserves to be a part of a family. Y'all see the Davis Ford, honey, they strapped tight over there with the Davis family, okay? You couldn't tear them kids apart from their daddy and his people. Legend should have the same bond. And I don't feel like that's all Jasmine's fault. I feel like that's a big part of Chris because that's Chris's family. Jasmine can't just force herself on the family because let's be honest, she don't even know the family really because Chris kept her ostracized. And that's my thing. How do you lay up with a man, birth a baby with a man, live with the man, and don't know his family? How does that happen? I'd have been like, hold on, sir. Are you secretly married? Because why do I not know your family? And I guess at one point, him and his sister had some type of relationship, but now they don't. But and if he doesn't have any family ties, why would I look? I'm sorry. Maybe I just think different than most people. I'm not going to be in cahoots with having a baby with a man that has no type of ties to his family. Now, unless he was a foster child and he didn't know who his real biological parents were, okay. Obviously, you can't because you don't know who they are. But it sounds like Chris was not a foster child. Chris told us that he didn't have a relationship with his father. Sierra clarified that, and she said that was a story. That was not true. That apparently the mom and the dad lived together. They all lived in the house together. Chris and Sierra had the same mama, same daddy. Too Real said, TMR, I feel she kept her family away so they couldn't peep game on all her lies, manipulation, and neglect. She doesn't want anyone close to see who she really is. Well, from what Sierra said in the chat, one of the biggest reasons they didn't want Jasmine around is because they didn't want cameras always in their faces, okay? Yeah, his mom passed away. Medusa said his mom passed away before Paris was born. So it sounds like she's been gone for about 12, 13 years. And Chris did tell us that. He said his mom has passed on. Okay. TMR, but I don't know what interview you were listening to, but Sierra didn't say that she wanted a relationship with Legend, and the issue she has with Jasmine, Jazz the man, is that she caused the issue. So are you saying Sierra doesn't want a relationship with Legend? Is that what you're saying, 2820? Sierra does not want a relationship with her nephew? So you're saying Chris didn't have anything to do with none of this? Jasmine has, she has something to do with everything? How does Chris not have anything to do with it when he is the reason why this is all going on? Jasmine got blinded by some new wood in the house and was in love. So she didn't care if he was in his kid's life. He fed her every lie and she swallowed it whole. Yeah, I mean, we know that because the way Philip used to lie to Jasmine, and she would come on YouTube and tell us that Philip, the reason why we didn't see him in the video, because he was out doing clinical studies. And we all know now that that's not what he was doing. He was out pipping hoes. Okay. Sierra said she felt bad for Jazz after watching my shabby life. And you know what? Here's the thing, Sharon. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's another big thing, too. I think Chris, once he got into the meat and potatoes of, because Chris had said, I don't know if this is a lie or not, but Chris had said one time on a video or a live stream that he always wanted to be a YouTuber. Again, I don't know if he said that because it was close to Jasmine's payday or whatever it was. But I think once Chris got into the meat and potatoes of Jasmine and her behavior on this internet, I believe Chris was thoroughly embarrassed by Jasmine. And maybe that's why he didn't take her around. Apparently, there were some weddings that he went to that Jasmine was invited to, but he did not take her. But Jasmine told us that she just didn't want to go. But apparently, Chris didn't extend the invitation to her. Oh, Jasmine is the reason why the arguments between Sierra and Hips. Okay, Juicy Fruit said Chris is not the reason Jazz is. Jazz got on this internet and disrespected Sierra and his BMs. Jazz needs to take accountability. People get tired of Jazz disrespect. Oh, okay. So y'all saying that, well, like I said, you guys, the whole reason why we met Medusa is because Jasmine unearthed her. She brought Medusa to the internet, to her community, and she woke up just like Asia. She brought Asia to the internet. Like I said, Jasmine is the reason why all these cast of characters are involved. But I'm still gonna stand on what I say. Again, we can just agree to disagree. I'm still going to stand on what I say. I feel like even with all that being said, Medusa, in my opinion, doesn't really still needs to have a long-standing beef with Jasmine. For what? Jasmine's not her baby daddy. Jasmine is her baby daddy's other baby mama. Yeah, y'all might not like each other. Y'all might not be going out to lunch and doing play date with the children. But I feel like any type of animosity Medusa could possibly have should be all to Chris, because he the one is not showing up and showing out for his daughter. I don't know if Sierra has a channel or not. Sierra spoke on very briefly how Jazz really has problems and is suffering more than she even wanted to speak on. So I know it's serious. So probably what see on the internet times 10. Oh, really? Chelsea. Oh, okay. Well, you know, we know Jasmine battles. Well, she claims she battles with depression and she's always unhappy, very dark, very gloomy. So we know that. No, I did not. I didn't even know I didn't know she was back. She had left. Kels, I didn't know she was back. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I didn't hear that. I'm going off what I saw from Jasmine and what I can remember. Like I said, y'all, the live's not up, and what I did see on Suma's channel. So that's what I'm going off of. Jazz mad because Chris' sister talks to Medusa. Well, here's the thing. Why wouldn't Sierra talk to Medusa? Why wouldn't she? Medusa is her niece, mother. I don't know. Does Sierra talk to LaKenya? Why would Jazz? What I think she's mad about is Jasmine feels like, based on what I heard Jasmine say, and again, y'all know Jasmine lies and she exaggerates a lot of stuff. Jasmine feels like everybody hates Legend. And nobody hates that little boy. People are more disgusted with her, Jasmine, than they ever would be with that little kid, with her little child. And I think Jasmine feels like, because Medusa has drugged her, meaning Jasmine, Jasmine's like, well, why would you be talking to somebody that is dragging me? But instead of her saying me, she uses Legend, which I personally, I could be wrong. Because again, y'all got to understand, I'm not watching every video, every live stream. I personally have never heard Medusa drag Legend. I've never heard that. But obviously, we've heard and seen her drag Jasmine. We've seen that. But Jasmine, she doesn't have ownership over anyone. I did not hear that one. 2820. I didn't know that. I didn't. I had no idea. Medusa said Chris didn't want to move in with Jazz. He was trying to see if she would take him back. Right? Yes, I did hear that on Suma's channel. Medusa, before he moved in with Jasmine, he was, because that's once he found out Medusa was moving back to Texas. She was moving to Houston, and he wanted to see if he had a chance to get with her. And basically, okay, Waffle Toaster, I didn't know that. And basically, Medusa said, nah, Ninja, I don't want you. You said Juicy Fruit says Sierra said herself she didn't watch all of My Shabby in its entirety. She felt Jazz needed help and offered help until she started learning Jazz is a manipulative liar. Yeah, Jasmine is very manipulative, and we know this, you guys. Now, what I will say is, well, okay, I don't know that for sure. The live today with Kels and Selma was very enlightening. Was it? Okay, well, yeah. Well, I mean, what's the name of the channel, y'all? And we can go over there and see if we can find the video. Hey, Kim Yada, Juicy Lip Johnson.
Mrs. TMR, never drop in your chat, but Jazz manipulation is the cause of all this. Sierra said Jazzy was manipulative and her brother was too. Jazz is a liar from the top of her head to her toe. Oh, okay, girl. Okay. When Medusa came to YouTube, Sierra told Jazz the man that Medusa wasn't lying, and instead of beefing with her, she may want to listen to her to see how he moves. But Jazz, the man told Hips. Well, here's the thing, y'all. Okay, to your comment, 2820. If I'm dating this man, right, and his baby mama comes to me and say, "Oh, he ain't ish." Well, since maybe he wasn't ish to you, but does that mean he gonna give me the same treatment? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not necessarily. It's just like product reviews. When you go, like, say for instance, you want to go to a hotel, and you get on there and you look at the reviews. You'll take into consideration the good with the bad. But if it's a few bad and some good, you're not going to necessarily say, well, you know what, let me go and experience it for myself. Because again, everybody has their own perception. Now, if all the reviews on the hotel, like if there's 40 reviews and 35 of them are bad, then you probably don't want to go to that hotel. But if there's 40 reviews and 7 of them are bad, but the other 33 are good, I might take my chances, right? I might take chances. So I'm not going to necessarily go off this man I'm dating, what his baby mama said, because I mean, I'm gonna take some of what you say into consideration, but I'm gonna feel this ninja out for myself. I'm not just gonna necessarily take what you say and run with it. But I think everybody is I understand Jazz is manipulative. Okay, Alicia McGee. Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll go over there. I'll try to go find it. Okay, thank you, 2820. Okay. Let me type it in, y'all, and see if I can find it. Give me a minute, y'all. Let me type it in. Because y'all really want me to go over here. Hold on. Yeah, Waffle Toaster, I agree. Jay Wood said it's not about that. It's about Jazz going to Chris to tell what the sister was saying to her to try to help her. So Sierra was trying to give Jasmine some constructive criticism. And Jasmine goes back, what you're saying, Jay Wood, Jasmine goes back to Chris to say, hey, your sister was telling me this and telling me. And so Chris got mad. Is that what you're saying happened? Okay, thanks, Southside. All right, y'all, give me a minute. Let me pull it up. Y'all got me working today. Hold on for a minute. Let me try to pull it up. Let me go see what's going on, y'all. Okay. All right, you guys. I got it. Give me a moment. Let me go in.
Okay. Okay. So again, you guys. Oh, how long is this thing? Hour and 25 minutes. Oh, child, we not gonna watch hour and 25 minutes. So Southside Black Butterfly put the link in the chat. So if you guys are catching it,
I'll let Suma finish doing interview if she want to do that. So if Suma's still live, tell her she can hop on my live with Sierra.
25:30.
And we can do a little tag team if she wants to.
25:30. Okay, thank you, Pure Area.
Girl, yeah.
25. Okay, let me go right there. Okay.
I'm putting my hood bitch thinking cap on. I'm putting it on.
Do you want to restart the live? Leave it like backstage.
Let me go back. Hold on. This what it say. I'm about to put all this shit in the chat. Okay. This all the shit is saying in the chat.
Literally
So you feel me? I don't fucking know.
But nah. Just tell it now. Just do it again with
I think we got her.
Okay.
Sierra, you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can y'all hear Sierra?
Yes.
Okay, girl. Everybody can hear you. All right. So we got this situated. We all good. So go ahead, finish off about how we got to the events of last night, how y'all used to be cool back in the day, and where shit shifted.
Yeah, so like I said, last night she sent me the message asking basically was I in that live to get her attention to call me. I let her know, no, that's not why I was in the live. I was in the live because I knew that my name would be brought up. And Medusa did not forewarn me or let me know she was doing this, none of that. I just happened to be scrolling YouTube. And
you didn't know that I was gonna go live, right?
Comment. The time I've openly commented on YouTube was to get my kids' pictures taken down. That's it. Other than that, I don't say nothing. It's shits and giggles, and I go on about my everyday life. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me say this, y'all. And when I say this, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Suma. You've been rocking with me for quite some time, sis. Suma, I saw your live. I think you got about 500 or so, maybe 600 subscribers. I don't know how well you're pushed up in the algorithm, but how would she just be randomly scrolling and just fall on Suma's channel? Suma's channel appears to be new. What? But okay, I mean, okay. Y'all gotta understand, TMR don't never have no picks. Okay? I never have any picks. I'm just gonna give it to you how I feel. That's it, that's all. So you guys are asking who's on camera, on the phone. It's Sierra, Chris's sister. Suma, West Coast Suma, she's in my chat, y'all. West Coast Suma always up in here. Y'all act like y'all don't know who Suma is. But that's Suma on the screen. And Suma, you girl, okay, girl, you cute, honey. That's Suma on the screen. All right. And that's Kel's on the other side with the avatar. This is her channel. She has a new channel.
So prior to Jasmine being on YouTube, I never knew anything about a mommy sector, a reactor, nothing. YouTube was strictly for music, videos, things like that. And so Jasmine's problem with me, she let me know she had a problem with me, watching reactors. And she said she felt offended because
So she called herself trying to control what you do and let you know that she don't want you watching what you watch for your entertainment.
Right. So, like I said, before, when I found out she did YouTube, she asked me to subscribe to her. And when I did, I seen my Shabby Life video, all that. I had a conversation with my brother. I won't say what his response was, but we did have a conversation about it. And I told him, my thoughts on that. Are you sure you're ready for this?
Now, Sierra, when you seen them Shabby Life videos,
What did you think?
what was your initial response? What did you think about the videos?
That's where the compassion and sympathizing came in for Jasmine. And that's just being 100% honest.
Okay, so you had sympathy for Jasmine due to the Shabby Life videos.
Right. And then just getting to know her, asking her about her past relationship, just getting to know her as a person, not just that childhood, all that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the need to be there for her because there's some underlying issues there. And I'm not saying this to be disrespectful.
Right.
Or what the internet says, that's just what I got out of having a personal relationship with her.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to be of support, and I was. I babysat. I would have them over. I would go over to their place. I would loan money, different things. I was there.
Wait, hold on.
Ask her that.
No, wait, hold on. Did she just say she would loan money? Not Miss, I made $20,000 in 1 year, in 1 month. Who was borrowing? So Chris was borrowing money from his sister for y'all, Jasmine. Oh my Lord. Oh my God, girl. All this and the ninja couldn't even keep you paid over there. What? Jasmine, girl.
You was loaning money to Jasmine. She come on here and say she make $20K a month. So you was loaning her money?
Why she say that right after I say that? Jasmine, you had a brokey. Jasmine love them brokies.
I have known her for 4 years. And I do know that she said that she makes $20K.
Girl, bless your heart. You a good sister-in-law, honey. Bless your heart.
Ask her.
I think when children are involved, that's the bigger picture for me. Whether I know I'm being used, lied to, however you want to see it, or not.
Mm-hmm.
And that really me and Jasmine's first falling out. And I wouldn't say it was a falling out. She was just bothered. When Medusa came up to YouTube, and started her platform and told her truth, I basically told Jasmine, called me and said, Medusa got up there and said A through Z. Did you hear that? And so I went, because I didn't know she started a platform. So I went onto YouTube and I listened to her first initial live about the situation between her and Chris. Mm-hmm. And I got off of that live. I told Jasmine, I said, you know what? You have all these questions and you need answers. You need to listen to that woman. I'm telling you to listen to her, to hurt your feelings. I'm telling you that, like, as a woman, to clear your insecurity or your unknowingness of just the whole situation. Because at the end of the day, it's always two sides to every story. And I feel like her just listening to what Chris said, brother or not, and not, listening to Latina or even Medusa, I felt like she didn't give it a chance. She just took what a man said, and I told her it's two sides to every story. You should listen to Medusa. If I was you, I would listen to her.
You know what? You have to have that type of mindset to do that. I'm not saying that she should listen and take every word that Medusa said to be gospel, because again, they both can have different experiences with the same man. But the fact that you watch Chris be an absent father to Paris, did you not think that was going to happen to you? Like, I will say this, Medusa had no reason to lie about that. Like, she told the honest truth about the dynamics that Chris has with his daughter. Jasmine wanted us to believe Medusa just heartbroken because Chris don't want her. When Chris and Medusa hadn't touched each other in 10 years. That girl had a baby by a whole nother man and moved to Houston to be with a whole nother man, not to be with Chris, But see, that's what Jasmine wanted us to think, or that's more than likely what Chris made Jasmine believe. And let's be honest, y'all, we know Jasmine is very naive. Like anytime Philip was feeding her all those lies. Anytime you sit up here and watch your boyfriend / baby daddy, which was Philip, anytime you would sit up there and watch his other baby mama kids, which he conceived those children while he was in a relationship with you, anytime that you would do that, girl, you would damn near go for anything. So, I don't understand why, well, maybe Sierra didn't know that, okay? I don't understand why everybody's shocked. Jasmine, she kind of slow when it comes to the men. We peeped that. We peeped that with Philip, and we peeped it with Chris.
And then I would compare my situation to the things she's talking about and see what match up.
Right. As a real woman. Right. Now I think Suma has some questions for you. Can you hear Suma?
Mm-hmm.
Suma, sis, you still there?
I agree, Miss 28.
I don't even know where Suma at, but I'll go ahead and continue ask you some questions, Sierra. So you was really there for Jasmine, had a rapport with her. So was that before she had your nephew or during the time she was pregnant?
So it was before. I initially met Jasmine when she was in the townhome.
Okay.
In 2020, like in August. Mm-hmm. It was in the summertime. The kids were still out of school. I went over.
Yeah, we know that. Y'all remember? Because they barbecued. And Sierra, which is Chris's sister, and Sierra's man came over. We remember that. I think it was a video or a live show. I can't remember. I think it was a video.
And I met her, and I believe LaKenya met her shortly after.
Oh, okay.
And then Alexis not too long after that, because everything, when we all met Jasmine, they were in that townhome.
Okay. So y'all, did things start changing when she became pregnant with your nephew, or where was the shift?
So the shift was when, like I said, when Medusa created her platform and gave her response as to the things that Jasmine came on here saying.
Yes,
before Medusa even created a platform, I told Jasmine, I can't remember when it was, but Jasmine was on a live and she was basically saying, like, I know stuff, and like basically trying to make Medusa or the world think that she had so much stuff on Medusa and she could really destroy her life. And I'm thinking, Jasmine, how can you destroy anything when you don't even know the whole truth and you don't?
Oh, really, Kenyatta? Okay.
And to this day, she still don't. And that's just me, being honest. But did you, I just want to ask.
Oh, Suma on the phone, y'all.
Oh, sorry. Did you say something to Chris about like Jasmine doing that towards like Alexis and LaKenya? Because she did that twice to both of them. Did I say to Chris?
Yeah, like just about like her behavior, like she don't really know.
Yeah.
And like
I did, and I know it may not seem that way, but there's a reason why Jasmine says that girl, why she won't call Medusa name. I will say that Chris set a standard for her to be respectful for Medusa and LaKenya.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Why she ain't say Phil name now? Why y'all think she could say Phil and not her kid's dad no more?
Ooh, because Chris checked her on that?
Because he's not there. Oh. Right.
Oh.
Now she can say what she want to say. It's been many a time where he did have to let her know, like, you're not gonna, be disrespectful to my kid's mother. My brother is who he is, but I will say that he did set that standard that she had to show respect to them because they are good mothers.
Yeah, because he already knew what she was dealing with.
Exactly.
Right.
So, yes, me and him had that conversation, and he let know, she knows not to go too far with it, but I told him, I said, Chris, she is destroying you more than anything. It didn't even take Medusa to come up here and say things. Jasmine did. She put it all out.
You know what, Jasmine? That is so damn funny. Hold on, because this is a pretty good conversation. Shouts out to everybody that told me about this video, okay? Because I didn't know this was, I didn't know this was going on. So Sierra just confirmed that Chris set a standard for his baby mothers, LaKenya and Medusa. He set a standard and said, oh, you're going to respect them because they're good mothers. I might not be shit, but they are. They taking care of what I'm supposed to be doing. Isn't that funny how he made Jasmine or told Jasmine, set the standard for Jasmine to respect his kid's mother, but yet you was over there knocking that girl between the washer and dryer, busting holes in walls and refrigerators and throwing hot wax all over the house. It was okay for him to disrespect your children and you, Jasmine. Also, you could say that you got a man in the house. But he stood up to you and checked you real quick and said, oh, you gonna respect them because they taking care of my kids. Girl, Jasmine, you probably should have just kept on quiet. Now I'm still standing fast on the Medusa Jasmine thing. I feel like that should be cut short at this point because Chris is not with Medusa nor Jasmine. So whatever beef Medusa apparently has with Jasmine, she needs to dead it and move on. That's still my position, y'all. I don't give a damn. That's still my position.
But I have a question. Why did you feel sympathy for her with my study life? Like, what kind of sympathy? Like, what do you mean by that?
So, of course, I seen the videos. I talked to my brother first, but when I started to get to know Jasmine, is when she started telling me like things about her childhood, the situation with her kid's father. I just had sympathy. She's everything that she said to me, and she talked about after she had the twins, she had postpartum. I've had that before, so I get it, but never to the extent of.
Well, I'm sure all of us have postpartum depression, like
right.
But the thing is, she's on live calling her daughters bitches. They're like 4 and maybe even 6. She's leaving her kids in rooms. They were eating shit. Like I just maybe personally I'm just confused on like where sympathy.
With the
Janae, say it again. Janae said it's the fact he told her they were good mothers and completely disregarded Jasmine. Shaking my head. Jasmine, that man never liked you. Jasmine was what he could do for at that moment. She was a for the moment. She was a FTM or ATM at the moment, right? Because as soon as that man got a job and got up on his feet, what'd he do? Walked up out that door with the same shoes Jasmine probably bought for his feet. As soon as he got up on his feet, what'd he do? Walked right out the same door he came in with no regard. And you had the nerve to be on this internet crying and sniveling and sniving over this ninja.
of the feces. I'm not gonna sit here and say I watched every last video.
Right.
So some stuff I just would but I think like I'll give you an example. I seen where she had asked the kids to clean the back bleach or clean some bleach, and at the other girls were younger, so I knew it was something wrong with that. I think you put the top clean with bleach, or if their toddler is responsible for changing the diaper, or so forth. That's why I had sympathy for her. To me, it seemed like Jasmine just needed help.
Okay, gotcha.
In prison, and from what I was told and what it seemed like, she didn't have a lot of support from close family. Any people sit on to help her with the kids. But then I later found out that there was a reason for why it is their family dynamic is how it is. And yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I had a question. So when it came to you just wanting to be there for her because you assumed, she had no help, how do you feel like when, you know, she was pregnant and she kind of wasn't having a baby shower and people online was buying her stuff and doing stuff? Did you still feel inclined to help her, or did you kind of learn more like, okay, she gets what she needs on YouTube? So, because she kind of makes the YouTube people believe that she don't have help from family. And now I'm hearing like she kind of made y'all believe that she don't have help from family. So it's like everybody's being jerked around by their dicks because people do for her on YouTube, but it seemed like y'all was doing for her behind scenes too, because y'all was thinking the same thing we were thinking, which is she didn't have no help for real. So when it came to like the baby showers and stuff like that, and just needing help with, you know, having a newborn and stuff like that, were you more receptive to like helping her because you felt like she had no help, or did she kind of like not really have that relationship with you like that when the baby was first born?
So I don't. Well, I'm sure y'all do remember. I don't know if it was alive or what, but she did say that I offered to give her a baby shower.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
In the beginning, yeah.
I did offer, and I started asking, you know, who y'all want to invite, what type of food y'all want to have.
So who would come to her baby?
Yeah, I was asking different types of questions. It was like crickets. Every time I would ask, either send out a text or ask a conversation like, hey, when we going to have a baby shower? Next thing I know, it was always an excuse, or I got to talk to Chris. That's her favorite line. But
can I ask you this one question?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
Wait, hold on. Jasmine supporters, listen. So Sierra, Little Legendary's auntie, offered to throw Jasmine a baby shower. She was asking Jasmine who would she like to come. And Jasmine was crickets over there. Now, do we feel like because Jasmine didn't know anybody to come? Or do we feel like it's because Jasmine knew that she could get so much more and so much better? Let's be honest. Jasmine, you could have had both. Sierra could have threw you a baby shower. She could have invited some of her friends. Obviously, the family, okay? The Chris's family, her family, the fam, okay? And girl, you could have had a baby shower with your, I'm gonna just say at, you know, sis-in-law, and you could have did the same with the internet. The internet was still showed up and showed out for you, Jasmine. So Sierra couldn't spend her money, but the internet had to spend theirs. And this is why I tell y'all, stop it. Y'all let that girl take care of herself. She know how to take care of herself. Do y'all really think Jasmine been on the internet for damn near 15 years and struggling? Literally. I'm talking financially. And her having to borrow money because it sounds like Jasmine's not good with money. Ain't no telling what she's doing with her money.
for me, it's like a little strange just because I've seen like my Shabby Life videos, so I don't really have a lot of sympathy for what she's done to her children. I do think that people are able to like move forward. I haven't seen that. If you have, it's because you know her. You know what I mean? My question is, does your brother have more of like a sense? Like when we were talking yesterday in the live, it seems like he has like more friends than she does. Correct or incorrect?
Chris is a very not on camera, but he's a very outgoing person. He does have a circle of friends. He's social. This was a different version of him that I've seen with Jasmine. I mean, Medusa even referenced this yesterday. Had friends. We hung around people.
Wait, can you explain that? What you mean by different version? Like, did he seem, because to the outside world, it looked like Chris was absolutely disgusted by Jasmine. So when you say he was a different version with Jasmine, was that in a good way or a bad way? Like, what differences did you see?
I'm saying the difference, meaning, you know how Medusa said that he would take her to the gym, or they would hang out at different people's houses for each other, things like that. Jasmine, I will say she does know some of Chris's friends because we're all from Austin, right? Mm-hmm. But as far as like having a rapport, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because you said yesterday in the chat that Chris dated Philip's sister. So, like, all y'all have been on each other, or no?
So I'm younger than Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by 3 years. I didn't know him, and I'm from Austin, born and raised until Chris got with Jasmine. I'm sure if Chris and Phil knew each other like closely, or if they just knew each other because they both did sports. And that's what I believe, that they knew each other through sports, not because they had a bro-to-bro relationship.
Right. That's what it seems like. So when you're saying, like, you don't know if, like, Jasmine has like a core homegirl group, like, you know, like, because you seem like a person, like, you have homegirls, right?
I have friends, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and you're like outside, like your homegirls go outside, you go outside, you do like certain things. And Austin's like a big place, correct?
It is.
And you've never seen Jasmine outside nowhere, right?
Just go. Do you feel like your brother was like ashamed of her? I'm sorry. I said, do you feel like your brother was ashamed of her? I'm trying to understand why they weren't as social or outgoing.
Yeah, like why didn't I don't know if he was ashamed, but I will say that the camera really was a big issue. Like, it was an issue, and just all the drama that it caused. And I will say, he would tell her, like, you know, okay, when they went to Houston, I watched Legendary. Okay. And before they left my house, I told her, Jasmine, stay off that camera this weekend, sis. Enjoy your time away. You don't have no right. All that. Yeah.
Well, honey, she definitely didn't listen to you, because, honey, she went live in the hotel that she paid for. Her and Chris laid up in the bed looking like two bros. A child, Chris was trying to get her, you know, the slob on his knob and things over there. And Jasmine said, I don't do that. I said, what? Okay, girl. And yeah, so she didn't listen to girl, honey. They was all laid up in the bed, all on the. I said, what is going, honey? I wish, baby, I wish I would be in a hotel with my ninja. And this is the first time we done went somewhere together out of town. We ain't had no children, baby. YouTube would have been the furthest thing from my mind, honey. We'd have been over there down there at the pool, honey, splashing. Baby, we'd have been taking showers, rolling all over the bed, the floor, and wherever else we could roll, eating and carrying out. Baby, when YouTube would have known anything about that, oh, honey, I'd have came to YouTube with a smile on my face. Talk about how you guys. But what she do? She wanted so bad to see that she could get Chris to lay with her in the bed, and went live, honey, laying in the bed with her ninja. And I was shocked that Chris even let that go down. It was either one or two things. Jasmine must have gave that ninja a whole bunch of money for his birthday, or that ninja was high hell. It was one of them two things, honey.
I seen the whole trip, didn't you?
Yeah. Camera everywhere.
It was awkward. It was very awkward. Obviously, to the time they came back to Austin, they was on camera. Chris didn't stay. And I was telling her, like,
fuck with them. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sierra. Finish. So the main problem with their dynamic was Jasmine and her addiction to social media, baby.
Yes. that played a big part in it. I think at first, initially coming into the relationship, Chris was like, excited. He ain't never been on YouTube or like on a public platform like that besides, regular social media, Facebook, something like that. But I think he was just curious. And once he got on and people started coming, it was just too much. It was overwhelming.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. I can actually see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I guess with him, it's like, I would tell him you be considerate that this is her job to set boundaries, and we all did. I have told Jasmine verbatim, look, when I'm at your house, me and my kids, I don't want you to hear our voices, but don't go recording.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. So she was told that from me, from the twins' mom, and from Chris. Like, it's okay if you record, but, don't show nobody's face.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Chris told her that, like, in the beginning, or she had to tell her that?
That's the beginning, because the very first day I met Jazz, they were like barbecuing and stuff. So she was recording, and I told her that day, like, hey, fine if you can hear our voices or whatever, just blur our face out. Don't record us at all if you don't have to.
Well, Sierra, sis, sorry to tell you, I don't know if you saw the video, but girl, we saw that you was you look. I think, aren't you a little hippie? I'm not calling you. You got a little shape. We saw your figure. Okay, we didn't see your face, and we seen there was a man there with you. Okay, so whatever Jasmine told you, she lied.
Okay.
But then,
So I have a question because a few people in the chat want to know, and this is no offense to your brother, but from the outsiders, it looked like your brother wasn't really supportive when it came to Jasmine and her pregnancy and just kind of helping her with Legend. Is that what we seen? Was that really authentic, or was it really truly because Jasmine just always had the cameras around? Okay, I'm sorry. I said outside of us looking in, it looked like when it came to your brother being a father to Legend or helping Jasmine with Legend, it just seemed like he was very distant and he wasn't really engaging. I want to know, is that authentically how it was?
Yeah, and remember when they lived in the old house and they was at the pool, and Sierra and them came over there for the pool too?
Around and he was annoyed with the cameras. In your opinion?
In my opinion, I will say, and I've seen things. I see where people form their own opinions from.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I do believe that Chris does love Legendary.
Okay.
I was ready as a baby with Jasmine, and I think you're more annoyed with the camera.
Okay.
Like, I don't, sorry. Go ahead.
I have a follow-up question with what.
And I'm gonna tell you why Chris was annoyed with that camera. Like Sierra just said, initially Chris was a little excited about it, right? But once he started getting harassed on the internet, once every conversation him and Jasmine had off the internet was about YouTube and all this that was going on, that man got sick of Jasmine and the internet. And that was Jasmine's fault. Because like 2820 just said, Jasmine doesn't respect boundaries. She doesn't know, she don't respect her own boundaries. Anytime you got to take the number 2, you got to go to the bathroom, you got to poop, and you're on live, instead of either ending your live or putting the phone down, me personally, I would just end the live, okay? Jasmine took the camera with her to the bathroom, sat on the toilet, and did the number 2 in the toilet while she was on live stream. This was when she lived in an apartment right before she met Chris. So anytime you do that, and you don't even respect your own boundaries, you think you're going to respect somebody else's? He broke the ring like he did. I think Chris got sick of Jasmine because of all that was coming out about everything that came with her in YouTube. And that's Jasmine's fault. That's Jasmine's fault that she had that persona on YouTube because she thought it was cute to name her videos food stamp broke food stamp hauls or food stamp, whatever. All these, I think I'm pregnant. Let's take these Dollar Tree pregnancy tests. And I had an AB with the kids' Christmas money videos. She thought those videos was going to rack in the views, and they did. But it also tainted your channel. And then old videos, My Shabby Life, who captured a lot of things that a lot of us overlooked or completely missed, kind of brought it all together and showed Jasmine's character as far as being a mother in real time in those videos that were, you know, put together, a whole collage of videos. So she just recently this year argued with Hannah and Philip because Hannah didn't want the camera at the twins' birthday party. Like, she's always beefing with somebody when it comes to that camera, and she wants people to understand, I'm a YouTuber. But Jasmine has every opportunity to film content, but sometimes, sis, you just got to put the phone or camera down and live in the moment. She claims that it's her video diary. No, it's not, sis. It's your coin for your bank account. But you can't offend the people around you while you're trying to make money. Girl, you ran your whole man off. Sound like he was ready to go anyway, but girl, you ran your whole man off about your YouTube half-ass career. I guarantee you, if Jasmine could do it all over again, she would put that damn camera down this time if she thought it was any way possible that she could keep Chris near her. She would have put that camera down and only film when it's appropriate. We used to see Chris when Chris would be rolling his eyes and stuff. We thought he was doing that because he didn't like Jasmine. He did it because he was annoyed. He probably had conversations with her, but Jasmine was taunting him with her YouTube coin and was more than likely saying, if you want some money, you better let me do this live stream so I can make this couple $100. And Chris went along with it because he wanted the money.
That he had been asked, like, to get, and this is no shade to you, this is your brother, and I have, like, siblings too, so I understand. He was asked to get, like, things.
That's
like
true, Dara.
diapers, or, like, to put in for his child, to get, like, a car seat, and he didn't. Were you guys, like, privy to that, or, like, did you know that he was, like, denying the fact of this for his baby?
So I was never told that not getting anything. Told me that her mom simply just bought the car seat as a gift. It's like, it's your birthday, but you got a baby, so I'm gonna get something that you need, not that you want. That's the way she presented it to me. I really don't know if Chris told her verbally, no, I'm not car seat or whatever he needed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a question.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead. It's probably about, I don't know, another 20, 30 minutes left of that live. I'm going to allow Podcasting Babe to get the rest of those views on that live. Shouts out to the 1,000 plus in the chat. But you know what, y'all? That was kind of interesting. You know, Jasmine, you know, sis, since you done stepped on a lot of toes and you created a whole windstorm for your own self, and it's your fault. And Pearl, you've said it a couple times in the chat. Jasmine gonna eat on this all damn weekend, okay? She gonna eat on it all damn weekend. She probably hold Twitter fingers over there texting Chris, complaining about how Sierra is changing the dynamics that she's trying to display on the internet, that she wants the internet to believe about her. So the moral of the story is Jasmine can only blame herself for being in this situation. I don't know what Jasmine has going on in her personal life, but it's obviously seems like a lot is going on that we are not privileged to. I do understand Sierra feeling some type of way now that I listen. It sounds like Sierra is not totally disgusted with Jasmine. I think at one point she felt empathetic to Jasmine, but Jasmine's not the type of person that you can help because she don't want the help. She just wants your money. And she don't necessarily want Sierra money because she knows she can get more of it from the internet. So, I don't know, y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna still say what I said. like I said, I understand Medusa feeling some type of way about Jasmine. But the moral of the story is Chris is he's the common denominator in all these stories, because if it wasn't for Chris, this wouldn't be a conversation for none of us, right? So he's definitely the common denominator. And why Jasmine's fighting for her life or her character on the internet, Chris somewhere, you know, chilling like a villain, okay? Working his 9-to-5 job, minding his own damn business. Now, Sierra did say that she feels like Chris does love Legend. So, you know, again, I don't know is he not seeing Legend on a regular, or, you know, taking the baby to get a haircut. We do know that Chris would take the twins, his twin sons here, because she would say that in videos, you know. So we do know he do know where the barbershop is, because Jasmine said a couple times that Chris was taking the twins to get their haircut. So Jasmine created a hellstorm for herself. And the biggest reason is, like we all agreed, or a majority of us agreed in this chat, Jasmine doesn't know boundaries, right? All these cast of characters never had to come to the internet. Let's be honest, y'all. To know Chris, we didn't need to know who Sierra was, Chris's sister. We didn't need to know that. To know Chris, we didn't need to know Medusa, right? To know Chris, we didn't need to know LaKenya, his other baby mamas. But Jasmine wanted to invite these cast of characters to her channel because she thought it would be more drama for her channel. And now she can barely get 5,000 views on a damn video. When a couple years ago, Jasmine would get 20, 30,000 views on a video. But over time, she single-handedly just destroyed her channel. And she doesn't even, to me, Jasmine's so silly, she don't even realize it. A whole cameo appearances. All we needed to know was Jasmine was dating a dude named Chris. Everything he had going on, unless it was going on and it had something to do with her, we didn't need to know anything about it. But Jasmine was, you know, she's so determined to let us know that she got a man, and then you never showed the man doing anything for you. It always showed that she was cleaning up the pieces of the things he did. Okay. All right, y'all. That's my time, honey. That's my reaction. Again, shouts out to Podcasting Babe for her live stream capturing that interview. That was a good interview. Shouts out to Suma for doing her interview. Suma has several interviews with Medusa on her channel. If you guys want to go check those out, get over there to Suma's channel and check those out. Thank you guys for being attentive to my channel. Again, like I told you guys, I don't have any picks. I'm just going to tell you how I feel. Like I said, I've been watching these people for a long time. It's been almost 6 years, right? And we have went through the highs and lows with these chicks. But at this point, I need them to do more highs and stop with all these lows. Because it's I don't know about y'all, but this is kind of played and redundant. Jasmine and Chris are not together anymore. I just really feel like Chris shouldn't even be a conversation for us anymore. She's not with that man. He shouldn't even be a conversation for us. That's just my opinion. All right, y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.